There is a category of product sitting on your car right now that was rejected by the European Union for being too dangerous. And instead of being destroyed, it was shipped to Australia because our laws let it in. Your tyres are the only thing connecting your car to the road. And right now, Australia is becoming a dumping ground for rubber that Europe would not allow on its own streets. The regulatory gap here is what most Australians do not understand about the tyres on their car. Australia does not manufacture tyres. Every single tyre on every single car in this country was imported. And the standards governing what gets imported are, in the words of the expert responsible for tracking them, effectively non-existent. Dr. Linda Mitchell is the Science, Research and Innovation Manager at Tyre Stewardship Australia. In December 2025, she told Drive Directly, "The problem is that tyres don't really meet a standard, or there's not really a standard that exists in Australia to measure the quality. The Australian design rules, our national vehicle standards, cover tyre weight, size, and whether they are correctly fitted to the vehicle. They do not cover wet grip performance. They do not cover durability. They do not cover how the tyre performs when it is worn down to the legal limit. And that legal limit itself tells you everything. In Europe, the minimum legal tread depth is 1.6 millimetres. And from July 2024, Europe requires tyres to maintain wet grip performance even at that depth. In Australia, the legal limit is 1.5 millimetres, lower than Europe. And there is no wet grip requirement at any depth. None. A tyre imported into Australia only needs to comply with one of three international standards: the USDOT mark, the European E mark, or the Japanese JIS marking. It does not need to be labelled. It does not need to be tested after arrival. And if it arrives as a loose tyre, not fitted to a vehicle, Dr. Mitchell says there is not really a clear method or mechanism for them to be assessed. She called it a loophole, and here's what that loophole has allowed. The tyres you're already driving on. You might not have chosen a cheap Chinese tyre, but the manufacturer of your car might have. In 2024, BYD swapped the tyres on its popular Atto 3 electric SUV from Atlas to Continental after widespread criticism that the original rubber offered poor grip in wet conditions. Good move. But BYD did not apply that lesson across its range. The entry-level Atto 2 Dynamic still rides on Westlake tyres. The Atto 3 Essential comes on Chaoyang's. These are not small brands selling to bargain hunters. These are major car manufacturers putting budget rubber on vehicles that Australian families drive every day. The tyre fitters are seeing the consequences. One fitter, speaking to Drive in December 2025, said cheap tyres now make up roughly half of what their workshop deals with. His description: they're cheap, they wear much quicker, and are coming in well below the roadworthy state. Wear 2 to 3 times faster. That is not a marginal difference. That is a tyre that needs replacing before the car has finished paying for the first set. Before we get to the brands that actually last and the ones that will gamble with your life on a wet Australian road, smash the like button, subscribe to Aussie Car Expert. Number 5, Hankook. Most Australians have never heard of Hankook. It is the world's 6th largest tyre manufacturer based in South Korea, and it has spent 80 years doing two things obsessively: quality control and research and development. In Consumer Reports' most recent tyre tests, Hankook was rated the best tyre brand for electric vehicles. It beat Bridgestone, Continental, Pirelli, and several other more famous names across dry braking, handling, hydroplaning resistance, rolling resistance, and longevity. That matters more than ever in Australia because EVs punish tyres harder than petrol cars. The instant torque, the extra weight, the regenerative braking, all of it accelerates wear. Hankook's Ion range, launched in Australia in 2023, was built specifically for this. Hankook says the Ion offers 25% more tread life on EVs than a conventional tyre, with 20% improved cornering rigidity. Hankook is also an original equipment supplier for BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Porsche, Tesla, Rivian, Hyundai, Kia, and Volkswagen. Those manufacturers do not choose budget rubber for their vehicles. And here's the number that matters for your wallet. Hankook premiums are roughly 40% cheaper than Michelin equivalents, and you cannot tell the difference in everyday performance. For Australian drivers, particularly EV owners, Hankook is the smartest mid-tier choice on the market right now. Number 4, BFGoodrich. And this one is specifically for Australian conditions. Founded in Ohio in 1870, BFGoodrich is the oldest tyre manufacturer in North America. It was the first American company to make radial tyres. Michelin acquired it almost 4 decades ago, and the engineering pedigree has only deepened since. But here's what makes BFG relevant to Australia: the sidewall. Most tyre failures happen at the sidewall, the thinnest part of the tyre. In the KO2 and the newer KO3 line, BFG uses a bruise-resistant sidewall rubber that is nearly twice as thick as standard tyre sidewall rubber. This technology came directly from their Baja Desert Racing program. Jagged rocks, renegade branches, and corrugated outback roads are no match for it. And the treads are self-cleaning. They eject mud, stones, and debris to maintain traction on unsealed roads. Unsealed 4x4, one of Australia's most respected off-road publications, rates the BFG KO3 as one of the best all-terrain tyres available in this country. Their verdict: excellent off-road, top brand and quality, difficult to balance, heavy, louder with wear. That is the trade-off. You get bulletproof durability. You lose some on-road refinement. For any Australian driving a four-wheel drive or SUV on mixed surfaces, bitumen, gravel, dirt, mud, BFGoodrich is not a luxury choice. It is a survival choice. Number 3, Continental. Consumer Reports ranked Continental as the number 2 tyre brand in the world for 2026, behind only Michelin. Its terrain contact was rated the best all-terrain truck tyre and the best all-season truck tyre. It also holds the second best ultra-high performance tyre position. But what makes Continental matter in Australia is Conti Seal. This technology instantly seals punctures up to 5 millimetres in diameter while you keep driving. On Australian roads, where debris, nails and broken glass are common on suburban streets and highway shoulders, a self-sealing tyre is not a convenience. It is a safety feature that eliminates the moment where you are stranded on the side of a freeway with a flat. Continental also uses what they call yellow chili and green chili rubber mixtures for ultra-high mileage on rugged terrain, plus Traction Plus for steady handling in sun, snow or rain, and noise-reducing patterns for cabin quiet. It supplies original equipment to Stellantis, Renault, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and many others. The knock against Continental in Australia is availability. Not every tyre shop stocks them, and the range for passenger vehicles is smaller than Bridgestone or Goodyear. But if you can find them, they are genuinely excellent. Consumer Reports tested 7 Continental models for 2026. All 7 received the recommended badge. Number 2, Bridgestone. Bridgestone gets criticised for its pricing. In Australia, it currently holds the most expensive all-season SUV tyre and the most expensive performance winter tyre positions. That puts it ahead of Michelin, Pirelli and Goodyear on price. But here's the counter-argument. Many Bridgestone tyres carry an 80,000-mile tread-wear warranty. During that warranty period, you could be on your 3rd set of Pirelli P0s or your 5th set of a budget Chinese brand. The upfront cost is higher. The total cost is lower. Bridgestone also applies its Le Mans and Formula One innovations, specifically nanotechnology, to consumer cars. This manipulates the molecules in the rubber based on driving style and conditions, better grip, lower rolling resistance, and heat resistance in all weathers. For Australian summer driving, where road surface temperatures regularly exceed 50 degrees, heat resistance is not optional. It is the difference between a tyre that lasts and a tyre that delaminates. And then there is Drive Guard. Most run-flat tyres feel like you are fighting the steering wheel. Bridgestone's Drive Guard allows you to drive up to 50 miles at 0 air pressure. In a country where the next town can be 200 kilometres away, that 50 miles might be the distance that gets you to safety. Bridgestone is the original equipment supplier for BMW, Volkswagen, Lamborghini, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, and many more. It has the widest variety of tyres for different seasons, performance needs, and off-road use available in Australia. If you want one brand that covers every scenario on this continent, this is it. Number 1, Michelin. And this is not opinion. This is data. Consumer Reports tested 8 Michelin models for its 2026 report. All 8 received the recommended badge. Every single one finished at or near the top of its category, despite being more expensive than most of the competition. It is hard to buy a bad Michelin. The range is broad and the quality floor is higher than any other brand on the market. But here's the detail that tells you everything. Most tyres lose their wet weather performance as they wear. The grooves shrink. The rubber hardens. A half-worn budget tyre in Australian rain is genuinely dangerous. Michelin solved this with EverGrip technology. As the tyre wears, the grooves widen to maintain water evacuation. The compound uses high silica and sunflower oil to keep the rubber pliable as it ages. 7-year-old Michelins have been documented with zero checking and zero weather cracking. The Defender line can go 80,000 miles and still outperform brand new budget tyres. That is not marketing. That is documented test data from Consumer Reports year after year. Michelin owns BFGoodrich and Uniroyal. If you want Michelin engineering at a lower price point, BFG is the path. But if you want the best tyre available in Australia, the one that protects you when it is worn, when it is wet, when it is hot, when it is old, Michelin is the only answer. The brands to avoid, and here's the other end of the spectrum. The brands that are flooding into Australia because Europe is tightening its laws and manufacturers are looking for somewhere to dump what Europe will not accept. Westlake, made by Jonks Rubber, one of China's largest manufacturers, available in Australia from $71 per tyre on Tyrula. The price tells you what you need to know. Westlake tyres have been widely criticised for poor wet road performance and rapid wear. BYD fits them to the Atto 2 Dynamic as original equipment. You did not choose Westlake. BYD chose it for you. Good ride. Also made by Jonks Rubber. In 2023, there was a recall issued for a Good Ride tyre model in the United States after widespread complaints of sidewall cracking, poor grip, and rapid degradation. The same company makes Westlake. The same problems follow both brands. Triangle, criticised for poor wet road performance and rapid wear. Triangle achieved a B average for wet grip on the Hui tyre label, which sounds acceptable until you understand that premium brands average A or B, while budget brands average C or D. Triangle sits at the border, and in Australian rain, the border is not where you want your tyres to live. Chaoyang. Another Zhongxi rubber brand fitted to the BYD Atto 3 Essential. No independent test data exists for wet grip performance in Australian conditions. Dr. Mitchell's warning was direct. Cheap tyres contain polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are carcinogenic. They release these compounds more easily as the tyre degrades. The European Union is introducing Euro 7 in late 2026, specifically to set emission limits and minimum durability requirements for tyres. Until Australia matches those standards, the dumping continues. What this means for you: first, if you bought a BYD, a GWM, an LDV, a Cherry, or an MG, check what tyres are on it right now. The manufacturer may have fitted rubber that would not pass European standards. Replacing them with Continental, Hankook, or Michelin is not an upgrade. It is a correction. Second, cheap tyres wear 2 to 3 times faster. That means you buy them more often. The upfront saving vanishes by the second or third replacement. The budget tyre is not cheaper. It is more expensive and more dangerous than buying quality once. Third, Australia's tyre regulations need to match Europe's. The ADRs need a wet grip requirement. The import standards need enforcement, not just a checkbox. The labelling system needs to exist. Until that happens, every Australian driver is relying on a regulatory framework that Dr. Mitchell herself described as having no real goalposts. If you got something out of this, hit subscribe. Every week on Aussie Car Expert, we pull apart the financial traps and engineering realities hiding inside everyday car ownership, and we show you exactly what the data says. Drop a comment below. What tyres are on your car right now? And did you choose them, or did the manufacturer choose them for you? I want to hear it.